When the Tide Turned. They say love feels different when you think you've found the one. For Mr. Bradley, it felt like fireworks on the 4th of July. He was young, sharp, already successful, a Black American businessman in his early 30s, living large in Atlanta. He owned a shipping company, nice suits, clean shoes, the kind of man who didn't check price tags. Price tags checked him. Then he met Laura. Laura had that smile, the kind that makes a strong man forget his PIN code. Long curly hair, soft voice, confident walk. She wasn't loud, but she knew she was beautiful. Their first date, rooftop restaurant. Second date, weekend in Miami. Third date, he had already bought her a car. Yes, a whole car. His friends warned him, "Bradley, take it easy. You're moving like Amazon Prime." But Bradley, he was in love. Laura would say, "Baby, I'd like that bag." Bradley would say, "Which color?" Laura, "All of them." Bradley, "Say no more." They were that couple, matching outfits at brunch, vacation photos every other month, laughing, dancing in the kitchen, slow music on Sundays. It felt perfect. Then came her birthday. He rented out a ballroom, white roses everywhere, a violinist playing her favorite song, family and friends hiding behind curtains. Laura walked in wearing a red dress. She thought it was just dinner. Suddenly, lights dim, Bradley drops to one knee. Gasps everywhere. "Laura, you made my life better the day you walked into it. Will you marry me?" She cried before he finished the sentence. "Yes, yes, of course, yes." The room exploded with applause. They got married 3 months later, big wedding, gold and cream theme, everything elegant. And then, like icing on an already sweet cake, she got pregnant. Bradley was over the moon. He threw a welcome baby party before the baby even arrived. Why wait? He said, "We celebrate early in this house." He treated Laura like royalty. Breakfast in bed, foot massages, midnight ice cream runs. He attended every doctor's appointment like it was a board meeting. 9 months later, a baby girl. Beautiful, soft brown skin, tiny fingers wrapped around his thumb. Bradley cried. Yes, the big businessman cried like a baby himself. They named her Tama. Life felt complete. But life has tides. 2 months later, Bradley received the phone call that would change everything. One of his major shipments, the shipment he had invested all his savings into, sank at sea during a storm. Gone. Millions gone. Insurance complications, delays, debts piling up, investors pulling out. Within weeks, Bradley wasn't driving luxury anymore. He was calculating gas money. The house felt different. Silence replaced laughter. Laura tried at first, she really did. She cooked at home more, cut back on shopping, but frustration started creeping in. One day she snapped because the Wi-Fi was slow. Another day because there was no steak, only chicken. "You said we would never struggle," Bradley replied calmly. "How? By praying about it?" She scoffed. That one hurt. She began going out more, girls' night, coming home late, perfume stronger than usual. Arguments became daily. "You're not man enough," she said one night. "You can't even provide." Imagine telling a man who built everything from scratch that he's not a man because of a storm he didn't control. Bradley stayed quiet. He swallowed his pride and kept trying. Then, one morning, he woke up to silence. Too much silence. The closet was half empty, her side of the bed cold. Tama was crying in her crib. On the dining table, a note. "I can't bear it anymore." No goodbye, no explanation, just that. Bradley sat there holding that paper like it might change if he blinked hard enough. It didn't. He didn't scream. He didn't break things. He just sat. Then Tama cried again, and that cry brought him back. From that day on, it was just Bradley and his daughter. He learned how to braid hair, badly at first. Tama looked like she fought with electricity. He carried her to meetings. Investors would be discussing contracts while she colored on the table. He strapped her to his chest while grocery shopping. One time at the market, Tama shouted, "Daddy, I want that candy." And he whispered, "Baby, Daddy's budget is fighting for its life." People laughed, but he kept going. He worked small jobs, consulting, delivery contracts, anything legal and honest. At night, after putting Tama to sleep, he would sit with his laptop building plans again. Slowly, slowly, he rebuilt. Years passed. Tama grew into a bright, confident, beautiful young girl. Smart like her dad. Calm, well, not her mom. Bradley's new business flourished, this time smarter, diversified, safer investments. He didn't just bounce back, he multiplied. New office in downtown, luxury home again, cars that purred instead of coughed. Tama got accepted into one of the most prestigious schools in Florida. First day of school, Bradley dropped her off himself. "Daddy," she said, adjusting her backpack, "you're my hero." Bradley smiled. He had been called many things in life, but hero, that one mattered. Then, one afternoon, Bradley's driver pulled up to his office building, and there she was, Laura, standing by the entrance. Older, not as glamorous, life had clearly not been gentle. When Bradley stepped out of the car, she froze. For a second, time paused. Then she ran forward. Before anyone could process it, she dropped to her knees in front of the entire office building. "Bradley, please," she cried. "I was stupid. I made the biggest mistake of my life. I miss my daughter. I miss my home. I miss you. Please forgive me." Employees froze, phones quietly recording. Bradley looked at her. This was the woman who left when the storm came. Now the sun was shining and she was back with an umbrella. He spoke calmly. "Where were you when Tama had her first fever? Where were you when she asked why other kids had moms at school events? Where were you when we couldn't afford heating?" Laura sobbed harder. "I was scared. I didn't know how to live without comfort." There it was, honesty. Bradley felt anger, pain, history, but also something else. Because forgiveness isn't easy, and love doesn't disappear just because money didn't. He looked up at his office building, then back at her. Some stories end with revenge, some end with reconciliation, but this one, it pauses right here. So let me ask you, if you were Mr. Bradley, would you forgive her? Would you take her back, or would you close that chapter forever? What would you do?